Hey YouTube, I just wanted to post a quick video about what I think, my opinions, and well, gaming news. Like Resident Evil 6 by now we all know has about 30 hours of story in total, and there's three separate scenarios, so about 10 hours each set of characters. Um, yes, there will be action, of course, obviously, in Chris's scenario, but the developers did give us more details on that, saying that they were trying to focus on intensity and pressure with Chris's action aspect to this, while Leon's, they're trying to recreate the horrific atmosphere that us longtime fans of the series from the 90s remember. So I would say don't try don't trash talk them about it. I mean, just play and see how it goes, because to hear it come from Eiichiro Asaki, that's a good sign. It shows that, yeah, we're modernizing the game, but we didn't forget about the older games, so we're at least trying to make this feel close to what you, the fans, remember. And the fact that they have a development staff of more than 600 people definitely shows. They're obviously putting a lot of effort into the game, and they're very excited for it. I mean, so much that the release date was moved up 1 month, which I'm sure a lot of us know by now. It was November, now it's in October. Um, and the last scenario with Jake and Sherry, it looks like it's going to be a mixture, because, yeah, Jake, he has that combat feeling to him, which brings an action element, but then there's Sherry, who's defenseless, and she has well, she just has your standard gun and stuff. So I think with that one you're getting the best of both worlds, because yes, there's Chris is all action, Leon's supposed to be all horror, and Sherry and Jake, they're supposed to be in between, I guess, to kind of mix things up. Um, and while all three of the main scenarios are male leads, as far as when you play the game, I'm sure there's an unlockable features that let you play as Helena or Sherry afterwards. But just like Resident Evil 5, they're all co-ops, so whoever joins you gets to play as Helena, Sherry, and of course Pierce, Nevers. But I'm happy that they brought Sherry back, because she was one of my favorite characters of the originals. A character that as a kid, I could kind of relate to, feeling like, oh, great, my parents are never around, because who doesn't feel like that at times. But as a kid, yeah, she was just a character I guess you can relate to in some kind of ways, especially if you were like 8 or 9, which that was about my age at the time, of when I actually got to play the games. Um, and the games definitely had a horrific atmosphere back then, but I don't get scared easy, so it didn't really scare me then, and it doesn't scare me now, but nonetheless, I am glad to see that they're trying to work in the horrific atmosphere to this. So that in itself is amazing. Other games I'm wondering about, Tekken Cross Street Fighter. I mean, yes, Street Fighter Cross Tekken is, well, the PS3 version's finished, and they're still finishing the Vita version over at Capcom. But at Namco, last time I heard anything, Namco was getting ready to start on Tekken Cross Street Fighter, was when Hirata was at one of the gaming events, and he showed off a prototype of Ryu. And I know that I saw the video posted somewhere here on YouTube, I'm not sure where. Um, if I can find the link, I think I'll add it into the description at some point, if I find it. Or you could just look it up yourself Tekken Cross Street Fighter it'll come up. Um, but yeah, aside from that, we need new news on it because we haven't heard anything since then. Other games I'm looking forward to. I wonder what Square Enix is doing. I mean, like how their progress has gone with Final Fantasy X in terms of like the starting point and all. I mean, I understand they have to work on it, but at least they could give the fans a quick status update. You know, just to say, hey, we at least got started now, and development is well underway. I understand they want to take their time with it, but at least give us a status update that says, okay, we're working on it, because last update they told us we haven't even started. And they want to make it as, best presented as possible in HD for this gen. Even though it is a last gen game, it was, I think, one of the best ones for last gen. Another game that I'm wondering about as far as Square Enix goes is Tomb Raider. Well, because they bought Eidos, so yes, Eidos still makes Tomb Raider, but Square Enix now owns them, so Square Enix probably would have to report how they're doing in terms of development. And we haven't really heard anything since E3 last year, so I'm hoping we'll hear something soon on that, because I thought the early demo looked amazing, and I'm a fan of the originals since PS1, so I mean, but the whole idea of showing that Lara is a survivor I think it's just a great idea overall, and I liked what I saw at the E3 demo last year. So I hope they're really doing a great job on it. Other games, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Namco is busy with that right now. I mean, they're pushing, they're putting finishing touches on the game because it comes out in maybe a few months from now, like earlier than expected, just like Resident Evil 6. So I can't wait to play that because I love Tekken, and well, I'm glad it's come this far. So I can't wait to get my hands on Tekken Tag Tournament 2. And I hope they have a lot of good characters. I know that they have June in it, which is nice because she was one of my favorite characters in Tekken 2, and I was happy playing Tekken Tag Tournament in HD when Tekken Hybrid came out, since I actually went and bought it because of Tekken Tag Tournament. And the movie Tekken Blood Vengeance is a great movie. I actually watched it in Japanese and English, and surprisingly the English voice actors, they put a lot of effort in it. It sounds almost identical to the Japanese version. Yes, it may seem awkward at first because most of these characters, you actually hear them voiced in Japanese in the games, and with the exception of a few in English maybe. But at least the movie they try to make it sound believable. So as long as you know that you can get past the awkwardness of how it was. What else is out there? I just hope that they make all these games in development turn out great. And there's a lot going on in the gaming world, and it feels like some projects we know about, but others, I'm wondering what they're doing with them. I mean, Resident Evil Damnation. Last thing I heard, or at least I read, was on Rely Horror, and that it's still in production, but the least they can do is show us a new trailer to show, not so much to give off the story, but just to show how far they've come since that trailer in 2010. Anyway, this is all I wanted to talk about. I guess post all my thoughts and opinions, as much as some of the news that I'm sure we all know already, but I still wanted to share in case someone didn't know anything. Thank you anyways. Rate, comment, subscribe or not, it's your choice. And have a nice night, and well, the rest of April. Thanks. Bye.